Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 match. This time we are going to have LiquidTLO spawning here as the Red Terran. TLO, of course, short for the Little One. Anyone that had played during the StarCraft 2 beta will be probably familiar with this player. He was known for his willingness to play random as his main race, and his innovative, creative, and oftentimes ridiculously effective strategies and tactics. And his opponent, as the pink Zerg here, is going to be atnDelphi, which is for team alternate. And I'm afraid I don't know a whole lot about Delphi aside from the fact that he is a regular podcaster in Germany for StarCraft 2 and StarCraft 2 related stuff. Unfortunately, I don't speak enough German to know exactly what he says, so Delphi, I'm sorry. I just don't know what the hell you're talking about. But I gotta respect him. Anybody that plays pink Zerg, I will respect all the way to the bank because pink is the manliest of colors. And we are going to get started here on Shakuras Plateau. If pink is the manliest of colors for Zerg, then Shakuras Plateau is the sexiest of maps for StarCraft 2. Of course, you will not be able to spawn in the close positions here, so both players know that their opponents either have to be close by air or close by ground. And we have TLO setting himself up. He has going with a gas first build, which is interesting, into a barracks, starting to wall off with a barracks. Instead of using his supply depot to wall off initially, he's going to start off with his barracks wall off. So we'll see where he goes with that. And Delphi, for his part, going for a fairly standard style of Zerg play. He decided to drop down that hatchery, and he's probably going to throw down a spawning pool before too long. He's trying to drone back up. He's droning up actually to 15 supply, which is a bit greedy in this matchup. It's slightly vulnerable to some 2 racks pressure, but he has scouted out TLO's base and he is seeing that there's really nothing going on as far as a 2 rack, so he probably feels pretty safe right now. Unfortunately, that could be a ruse, as TLO is known for just being off the wall ridiculous in a lot of his builds. And now we see the reason for the gas first. He wanted to go for an immediate hatchery, and Delphi has spotted that, so he is aware that there is probably not going to be an attack anytime soon, which allows him to drone up, gas up, get his Zergling speed, establish his hatchery, get some queens, get his economy going before he has to build some attacking units like Zerglings or Roaches or static defense. But we'll see what happens. Already we have TLO. Looks like he's not doing much of anything over here, probably waiting for the factory to finish. And we have a single Hellion coming out. And 400 minerals, almost. Nope, never mind, he spent it. He's probably going to be going for a fast expansion, seeing that SCV hanging out there. And another neat little thing, if you will notice, is TLO is rocking the cross symbol. He's definitely played enough ladder games to start earning those badass rewards, and they chill out on all the Terran buildings. Even little supply depot's got one. And Delphi, for his part, just hanging out. Spine crawler. He's not seen any kind of pressure or anything from TLO yet, so he's probably a little bit nervous, and now he's going to spot the Hellion. He's going to be kind of aware of what's going on. He's repositioning his spine crawler to the front section here. And not overreacting, not building anything but drones and queens, getting Zergling speed, and just hanging out, chilling out. One critical error that a lot of Zerg players will make is when they spot some kind of early aggression or even mid-early aggression like Hellions, they will overreact and produce tons of Zerglings. But honestly, all you really need is a spine crawler and a couple of Zerglings just chilling at your ramp, maybe a queen, and you can deal with a lot of stuff. And you can see Delphi here, he is having no problems producing 7 drones at a time. He is not worried. TLO, for his part, is getting Reapers and Reaper speed, and this is what I'm talking about. TLO will play with any unit, and he will work with it. When Blizzard decided to move Reaper speed upgrade to requiring factory tech, they were like, hey, we're not going to use Reapers. Everybody hates Reapers. TLO says, no, I love Reapers. Fuck you guys. You know what? I like my fast Reapers, so I'm going to chill out, and I'm going to get fast Reapers. Now over here, TLO is playing pretty smart. He's just sitting here with the Hellions at the front door. He's preventing Zerglings from running out. He actually spotted this one Zergling, and he's going to roast the hell out of that guy. But Delphi, using that as a distraction, managed to get another Speedling out, so he's going to run over. He desperately wants to know what TLO is up to, and if he spots those Reapers, he might be able to set himself up with some Roaches, but it looks like no. Hellion and SCVs prevent the Reapers from being spotted, and I think Delphi is still in the dark. He sees the tech lab, but who will expect Reapers this day and age? And now we have a very interesting time for TLO to move out. He's just setting up his expansion, so a good time to use some aggression. And he's got these Reapers coming in, fast Reapers, and we'll see what he's going to do with them. Still kind of hiding them. He decided to run them down the side of the map so no Zerglings would catch them on the way. And now he's chilling out with his Hellions, and he's getting a boatload of upgrades, preparing to move into more Marine, Marauder-centric stuff with Stimpack. Starport coming down. He's got already a Marauder coming out, Reactor for probably more Marines, or maybe dual Medivacs. In Delphi, we see Baneling Nest, more drones, more Zerglings. Lair Tech is already up, and probably going to see a Spire pretty soon. Zergling, Baneling, Mutalisk is pretty standard play for Zerg against Terran, but here we go. We got some action, and there we go. Now we see why the Reapers are coming in for so strong. Those D8 charges dealing 30 damage a shot to that Spine Crawler. Now we got Banelings getting popped. This Queen is getting fried and popped by the Reapers. And Reapers and Hellions extremely effective against Zerglings. Not so effective against Banelings on paper, if only because Banelings have no armor type. But now we have, a huge hit from that Baneling. And with the Zerglings backing it up, as the Hellions and the Reapers started to move up that ramp, they just got rocked by that single Baneling, and that was a huge blow, completely shutting down this aggression. As I was saying, Baneling's very effective against Hellions and Reapers, being as they're both light units if they can get close enough. And luckily that ramp was just small enough, just tight enough, that Baneling was able to get in there and just make sweet, explosive acid love to all of those units. However, in the meantime, TLO looking good. He's got his second base down. He's got his mules going. He's got his gas almost fully saturated. Need a couple more SCVs in here. And even setting up his little wall off here. And instead of moving barracks and factories and starports, he's just making 3 more. Extremely strong wall here. He would require quite a few Banelings. I think it's 16 or 20 Banelings to bash something down. And we even have these extra Reapers, super fast, not quite as fast as Zerglings, able to one-shot them between the two of them, but they are forced to run away. And even Overseer here just keeping an eye on things. So as much as TLO would have liked to scout around inside of Delphi's base, he was not able to. Ooh, and those Zerglings still sticking around. One Reaper goes down, the other one is at 5 hit points. That sucks for him. And Delphi now, with the standard composition, he's got a bunch of mutas out. Looks like 8 done and 3 more on the way. He is ready to get in there with some harassment. TLO, just he's got an armory down. We can probably expect a Thor before too long. Being the player that he is, he's aware of the metagame. He knows that Zerg players tend to go with Mutalisks, Zerglings, and Banelings in this matchup. And it's possible that he will see the, let's see if he even spotted the Spire. He was able to spot the Spire as it was building, but now we have some Mutalisks coming in, and the Thor just started. Mutalisks going to go for this Tech Lab, and it looks like the Tech Lab is going to go down. But with the Tech Lab gone, the Thor has already started, so that Thor is actually going to finish. He won't be able to build any more until he builds another Tech Lab, but that one Thor is going to be pretty valuable. And we have Delphi moving on. He's seen the second base from TLO. He's aware of the expansion. In response to that, he wants to get a 3rd base. He wants to stay up on bases to that Terran 2 base in order to outproduce him, or at least stay on an even keel. Now we have Mutalisk coming in again, looking for some more harassment, but TLO is just chilling out in his base. He's got a bunch of Marines. He's got a medevac to heal them, and he is ready to deal with all this stuff. Pound for pound, Marines are superior to Mutalisks, especially when the Marines are all grouped up like that. They can just tear right through them. And now we have the Thor coming out, getting a couple shots off. We got a little magic box action by Delphi. He is just moving his mutas over that Thor to try to kill it, but the Marines are too fast. 2 groups of Marines coming in from the sides. And TLO, as the baller he is, decided to show off his Gundam Thor. That is the Collector's Edition Thor. You only get that unit skin if you bought the Collector's Edition of Wings of Liberty. So that's kind of cool, bit of a vanity thing, but when you see those Thors coming out, you just gotta feel like, you know what, they're a little bit better than regular Thors. I don't know what it is. Back to the game. Enough looking at Thors, enough looking at skins. We still got the Zerglings, Banelings, and Mutalisks. He is sticking with the Tired and True, and the reason he's sticking with this is because it works a lot of the time. Banelings are just rolling death for Marines. if they can get a position, if they can engage them on the creep, they are so fast. Mutalisks are wonderful harassment units and will clean up tanks and medevacs. And the Zerglings, you know what? They're just kind of meat shields. They run interference, they get in the way, they cause all kinds of problems. And we have the +1 melee upgrade coming up for the Banelings and the Zerglings. It's going to allow them to do quite a bit of damage. Not quite enough to one-shot these upgraded Marines. They have 55 health because of the combat shields upgrade, but a +1 melee attack for Banelings will go a long way in that splash damage. And now we have Blue Flame Hellions upgrade coming in for TLO, and he is moving out. He's ready to go. He has moved his barracks down, he has opened his wall wide open, and he is moving out with his 2 Gundam Thors and a ton of medevacs, ton of Marines, and he has timed it just right. The Blue Flame Hellions will make it as he crosses the map. He's scouting out with those Hellions, and look at those blue flames just roasting away a ton of Zerglings. 24 damage, I think, to light. And they won't be super effective against the Banelings, so we'll see how TLO manages this. A huge Marine split, stimming, running away, doing some damage, running some more, getting those Thors in there. The Thors are trying to run interference. Look at that, getting in the way of the Banelings. So many Marines, so many Thors, and that Thor is so close to death. Both of these Thors are in big trouble, but it looks like Delphi is forced to fall back. He cannot engage that anymore. There was a huge, wonderful split on those Marines. A lot of them in the yellow and in the red, but they managed to survive. And as long as a hit Marine has 1 hit point, he's going to get in there and do his damage. Look at the Thor getting surrounded by Zerglings and a couple Marines and a couple of Mutalisks. That's no good, but TLO splitting his force again. One group attacking his hatchery, the other group going back, kind of running interference for all the reinforcements that are streaming over, but they are getting intercepted anyway, picked off. And now we have this hatchery. All these drones are probably going to go down, and we have a little bit of a contain right here. This one Thor is just hanging out here. 15 hit points. He doesn't care. No SCVs. And there's still more stuff going on. Comsat going down, trying to kill these creep tumors, receive the creep, and also look for burrowed Banelings. One way for a Zerg player to get back into a game like this from a bad position is to burrow Baneling bombs all around, but oh man, this is going to be a problem. Even a pickup, hot pickup on that Thor so it doesn't die. Great micro from TLO, great sense of what's going to be happening here. And it looks like Delphi realizes that he is not going to be able to withstand all this, and he is forced to give the GG. That was a pretty impressive game. Very innovative play from TLO, using those Reapers and Hellions in tandem to take down using the Reapers to take down the static defense and the Hellions to roast away pretty much everything else. And just good, solid micro, solid macro. He was unfortunately able to outproduce Delphi and just kind of steamroll him with his superior composition. It's all in the Marines, baby.